After witnesses saw them racing on a busy city street, two men are now charged with vehicular homicide. Police say the two men were going around 100 miles an hour down Central when one of them slammed into a car driven by this woman, Tara Garcia. She was killed. 38-year-old David Jansen was arrested on Monday, and now there is a warrant for the other driver, 32-year-old Anthony Ramos.
There may be continued accident scene reconstruction because we really don't know what the defense is going to come up with yet.
But if they are convicted of vehicular homicide, the two suspects could get 6 years in prison. If they are found guilty of a lesser charge like careless driving, they could be looking at 3 months in jail. Two murder suspects are in custody this morning after being found hiding out in Albuquerque. U.S. Marshals and state police arrested Andrew and Joe Gallegos yesterday at the Imperial Inn near Central and I-25. The two are brothers and they are from Los Lunas and are both known gang members. Authorities say they killed Adrian Burns, also of Los Lunas. His body was found next to a burning car in the Bosques south of Belen last week. The motive for the murder has not been released.
Prosecutors have their work cut out for them in a murder case here in Albuquerque. They say Arnold Candelaria shot his girlfriend Elizabeth Rodriguez in the head and killed her in a home on Ranchitos east of Edith earlier this month. Albuquerque police arrested Candelaria after that on other charges. Then, once he was already in jail, investigators connected him with the murder. He was officially charged with killing Elizabeth Rodriguez yesterday, where the judge admitted the case against him is weak. Candelaria is still in jail right now on a number of other charges without bond. Bosque Farms former police chief is set to be back in court in just a few hours, this time for being accused of filing a fake insurance claim on a set of wedding rings. William Stidham and Cynthia Mares are both set to enter a plea this morning after investigators say they filed a fake claim with State Farm at the beginning of last year and tried to rip off that company for thousands of dollars. Stidham is no stranger to trouble because he's also accused of stealing $6,000 from a security company he used to work for. Elizabeth?
New information on a fight that almost turned deadly in northwest Albuquerque. Police say Andrew Koppler and his father Keith had been drinking at a family barbecue Monday night when they started arguing. Now, this happened around 12th and Candelaria. Officers say Andrew slashed his dad with a steak knife. His father then grabbed a machete. Police say the father passed out after being put in a chokehold. They say he is now on life support at a hospital. His son Andrew is charged with aggravated battery. This morning, police are waiting on autopsy results to find out what caused the recent death of a baby. Police and paramedics say they found the 18-month-old unresponsive when they arrived at a home near Broadway and I-40 Monday. She was pronounced dead at the hospital. The parents were interviewed and released. No arrests have been made.
The man accused of using a make-believe puppy to lure in a 7-year-old girl and sexually abuse her is still in jail in Albuquerque right now. Police say Chad Deignan saw two 7- and 8-year-old girls in a mobile home park near 2nd and Alameda on Monday afternoon. Investigators say Deignan pretended to have a dog, grabbed the 7-year-old, and touched her sexually. Then the girls ran home, told the 7-year-old's father what had happened.
Obviously, in this case, the children did the right thing by telling their parents right away, and then the authorities were notified, and we had a positive outcome.
Police say Deignan does not live at that mobile home park and was staying there with friends. Well, 3 illegal Polish immigrants are behind bars right now here in Albuquerque, accused of trying to get their hands on New Mexico driver's licenses. Investigators say the 3 came here from Illinois, rented an apartment, opened a bank account, and even got tax ID numbers from the IRS. But an MVD worker caught them, saying they were all using the same personal information. Investigators say the 3 admitted to the scheme after that.
You aren't allowed to use your cell phone in many New Mexico cities if you're behind the wheel. So why isn't this the law statewide? The legislature will likely take up the issue again in the upcoming 60-day session. A bill has failed 3 times already in the past. And if you're in the city limits in Albuquerque, it is illegal, but not next door in Rio Rancho, for example. New Mexico is one of only a handful of states that has yet to have an outright ban on this. We asked what gives. Here's what Albuquerque Rep. Mo Maestas says. Some lawmakers, he says, think only the state's big cities need a ban. Others say apparently it's too big brother.
Everybody kind of has a less government attitude, and this is big government, but it's important.
And Governor Susana Martinez tells us that she promises to sign any texting ban that hits her desk. Albuquerque police are investigating what appears to be a hit and run involving a pedestrian. Yesterday evening, a fire truck from the Albuquerque Fire Department almost ran into the person who was lying on 98th Street near I-40. The victim was unconscious and bleeding from the head. Authorities say the pedestrian had just been hit by a vehicle that apparently took off. The victim is in critical condition at the hospital.
And police are still investigating this deadly pedestrian crash near Coors and Paseo del Norte that we first told you about as breaking news yesterday morning. Officers say a man here was not in a crosswalk and he was hit and killed a little before 6 o'clock. It was still dark when that had happened, and police say the driver told them he didn't see the man walking. Now, police are also trying to find out if that driver was drunk or on drugs at the time.